about before that fight? That's my goldfish memory.
I don't know. I was paying attention too hard.
Oh, the most inaccessible types of games. What about like 1980s text adventures?
Yeah, I mean, that was like a different like standard of games.
I guess that's true.
People just did not. You couldn't do anything more with like the limitations of technology.
True. So modern. It would have to be modern. Yeah, I definitely agree because something that would take like, man, hundreds of hours or whatever, you know, for those like grand strategy things. Like if you're into it, it must be the best thing in the world.
Yeah, but it's such a niche genre, which is why like I mean, it's like people have been playing the same. I don't even can name drop any of them, but it seems like only like a couple good ones ever come out.
Yeah. Even some stuff that like used to be pretty niche, like mech games, like Armored Core, like Age Tech came out with like 45 of them for PS2.
Yeah, and they were all done by From Software, and the only reason why From Software stopped doing it is because Demon's Souls and Dark Souls made them $1 billion.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they were making Armored Core games throughout the like entire 2000s and like late 90s.
Here's one.
Just yearly, pretty much.
Here's one that I would say probably isn't as inaccessible as what Trevor said, but I think it's pretty close. Sports manager games. So it's based on sports, like NFL head coach, but it's not actually playing. All it is just dealing with the rosters and the coaches and stuff like that.
You know what's a really, really funny case game? Case games for us is $20 and up. NFL Head Coach 09 on either 360 or PS3 is like a $20 game.
Yeah, because it like literally did not sell at all. But that's the exact one I was thinking of. There's also a MLB Front Office Manager for 360, and there is...
I think a series that's still going on to this day is Football Manager.
I was going to say Football Manager. And I cannot think of anything I would rather not spend my time on than Divegrass Manager.
Yeah, especially since...
Holy crap.
I don't know how gutted the modern sports games are. I assume a lot. But,
very.
But, like... classic, like, in the middle 2000s sports games, like, the managerial stuff was pretty good.
Yeah, and you know the thing that stinks is, like, when NFL Head Coach 09 came out, it wasn't necessary, because Madden 09 at the period had, like, a lot of stuff you could do. You know, you could sign your players to different stuff, and it was a lot of fun, and then you could also play the game. So what we need now is an NFL Head Coach 22, because the NFL games nowadays have, like, they're so gutted. It's unbelievable. There's a couple YouTube channels that pretty much only talk about how gutted Madden is, and there was one video that's like an hour long of just like talking about the different things you used to be able to do. Even minor stuff like you could have a training camp and you could do like
you just have to gut everything good because you need to. Ultimate Team is such a moneymaker. Yep. And you just put all your resources and time into that while slowly cutting away everything else. So
you literally
people pick up Madden and FIFA for Ultimate Team and only Ultimate Team.
You literally used to do just small stuff. Like you used to do a mini game that was just literally like weightlifting, because at the combine people weightlift and they'll be like they did 25 reps and that shows how strong you are. Like that's cool, but that's not even close to a thing anymore.
By the way, imagine being Sherry. You're like, I don't know her exact age, but she's like 7 or like 10 or something. Your entire town died and turned into a monster.
Also, it was your dad's fault.
Your dad turned into a horrible monster and attacked you. Your mom died. You're an orphan now.
And now you have secret powers. And the government's gonna, like, take you away for years.
Yeah, and she's like a government lab rat for the rest of her life now.
Rip.
It's like, God, Sherry.
But yeah, that is a... I think that's kind of up there, because the type of person to be like, I don't want to play a football game, but I really want to just manage it like I'm a general manager, but I don't want to make millions of dollars a year. That's pretty specific. I love sports games, and I love sports, and I don't think I could ever play one of those. So, those are definitely up there. I think those are kind of on the same level as, like, this is going to sound crazy, but, like, roguelikes. because you're not going to be a super hardcore gamer and be like, I want to play NFL head coach.
Yeah,
you have to like sports.
It's such a specific interest. Like, not only do you have to be super into sports, but you want to be into managerial moments of sports.
Whereas like a hardcore roguelike, like we already know someone who plays them, Ben. You know,
I also play Dungeon Crawl sometimes. I mean,
right. So there you
I'm
go.
talking like once every couple of
years. 2 people in our literal family play them, but I can't think of a single person that would be like, I love me some sports management games. So, yeah, that's a pretty specific one.
Claire? Yeah?
Hey, Sherry, check this out. Check out my magically appearing holster strap.
Even my stuff, like, nowadays I only play pretty much, like, weird, somewhat obscure, kind of bad games, but kind of good. Like, I'm not going to play, like, the worst games of all time, because I'm not going to go through it, but I'm going to play stuff that's, like, this is a good idea, but very flawed. Like, tons of people play that stuff. Except for Really Raw Danger. You can't find a ton of videos on YouTube of that game. And obviously no one cares about it.
Hey, all I can say is that I really enjoyed
Raw Danger. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
And you know the worst part about...
Although I will say that I'm pretty glad that this playthrough has been relatively popular for us.
Yes.
Makes me feel good.
Oh, yeah. The worst part about, like, I'm glad that, like, horror games have a lot of, like, pretty hardcore fans and stuff like that, but the worst part is stuff that used to be kind of, like, in an own way it was uniquely you, if that makes sense. Like, Clock Tower, I've played it for 20 years. Right, and it was always, like, obscure and rare and, like, I guess somewhat expensive. But now, like, it's like a symbol for a horror fan. It's like, gotta have all 3 Clock Towers. Gotta have Clock Towers 2, the struggle with
By the way, so, you notice how Sherry isn't, like, around us at all?
Yeah.
Check this out.
Of course.
Hey, Sherry.
Hold on. Sherry, what are you...
So that kind of, I don't know, that kind of makes me sad. But it is what it is.
Plant 43... Whoops, I missed that shot. Doesn't matter.
Yes, your timing does stink on that shot that you missed. Oh! This is very random, but anyone who watched that Resident Evil 1 3D remake, fan remake that we put on the channel like maybe a week ago, dude, it goes the whole way to the lab.
Oh, really?
Yeah!
You should do, like, a complete playthrough of that.
Dude, you have 4 hits and no saves. It's, like, frightening as hell. I mean, I did find a green herb at some point, but there's no saves that I know of. And there is a tyrant, but it doesn't, like, load or anything. Like, it doesn't, like, I don't think there's any, like, boss fights.
But it's surprised that the dude did, like, the entire guardhouse underground as well.
I kind of forget. Maybe it might skip from the mansion to the lab. I don't know. But it definitely has the outside area before you go into the underground. I was so surprised to find that.
Alright, so for Birkin 4, this is Claire's final boss. You want to bring every single hand grenade. The spark shot, I guess, you really don't need to bring it, but I have it. And we have extra room. And some healing. You want to have 4 spaces open because you get the minigun, which takes 2. And for some reason, you also have to pick up an item that takes 2 spots, despite her not picking up, like, a rocket launcher. So that's one of the nice reasons to pick up this second side pack on the hardcore difficulty, just so you can have, like, healing and stuff.
I gotta get this train moving. I need you to stay right here, okay? Okay.
But yeah, Remake 2 devs definitely loved Claire much more than Leon, because Birkin 4 is a pretty cool fight, while Super Tyrant, I think, is complete, I don't know, just... Not only is it not fun, but it's also underwhelming.
Gib. The good old, have to pick up an item to put it 2 inches away near the end of the game.
Literally 2 inches.
Hey, where's Leon?
He's right here!
Hey! What's up, bud?
So Claire gets through the labs quicker than he does, which is why Leon could pick up the virus out in the open, because Claire opened up the vault. And Leon right now is in the one lab room with all the monitors that we just passed like a couple minutes ago.
Where are you now?
Claire, you're still there?
What if Claire, like,
Sorry,
got on the thing with Leon and he was like,
Don't worry about me.
I'm still at the police station? And Claire would be like, oh,
Leon.
well...
Yeah, it's like the lab is exploding. You have to leave now.
Damn.
Oh, luckily the timer stopped so you could talk to Leon. That's nice. Games that do that have timers, that, like, even if you, like, go to the menu, continue, that's some scary stuff.
Yeah.
I think FF7 does that with the reactor and whatever. And even though they give you tons of time, you're like,
Alright, so this is kind of a gimmicky fight. So Birkin has basically infinite HP. And basically the only thing that we're doing is trying to destroy the eyes, which is why grenades are so amazing in this fight, because grenades automatically destroy every single eye that he has. So honestly, this fight is pretty weird. But it is a cool fight. But yeah, this is another fight that grenades are absolutely amazing, so whether you're playing Claire or Leon, you should save every single grenade, because we're doing majority of the damage with grenades.
oh yeah, if you like RE2 1998, go look up a playthrough of Kendo's mod, and you will, it starts out pretty slow, but it's really enjoyable. It essentially, imagine if Kendo didn't die 5 seconds into the game. That's essentially what they did with it.
Yeah, imagine a more realistic play out of Leon and Ada's romance.
Ada! I don't have a clue, babe.
Where is Birkin going? You okay, bud? Okay.
Dude, the part where Ada and Leon are in, I think they're in the RPD basement, and Ada's like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "I don't have a clue." I was like, "I can't," and he just runs away. I was like, "I just can't. I'm done with this game."
Also, the moment where I think he talks to Ada for the first time, and he's like, "Hey, girly," that voice clip, and Ada just runs away screaming, "Left me in stitches."
It goes to show you. I think, oh gosh, Kendo probably has what, 8 lines, maybe, and they used it so well. Oh, nice.
Oh, I think he's...
Whew, sorry about that, babe.
Okay, so he's actually, in his state, the battle's over.
So what, you just have to wait a little?
I think what's going on? Okay, that was pretty weird. So yeah, when he is crawling like this, the fight is basically over. We're just waiting for a timer to come out. So don't waste your, because we're doing a second run, because we have to do Birkin 5, don't waste all your ammo.
Whee! I wish more mods were like Kendo's mod, where they just, like, have fun with a general idea, and they're not just like,
yeah, there's
everything's harder.
Yeah, there's so many mods, like, I watched this RE3 mod, I think it's called Lords of Necropolis.
I just started watching
and
that.
It's a really cool mod in terms of adding so many unique mechanics and, like, custom rooms and different weapons.
Is that the one where you can hide under beds and stuff like that? Okay,
yeah.
okay.
It's awesome, but it's also just like, lol, it's so hard.
Yeah.
Only 0.0001% of RE3 players can play this.
Yeah, I mean, there's a place for, like, mods where, like, the game is hard, but, like, I love Mario World, and I'm never in my life going to try to play Kaizo Mario or Brutal Mario or whatever.
And, like, Kaizo is a very good example, because Kaizo is all about trial and error, like, microburst of trial and error.
No thanks.
And, like, those hardcore mods, like, RE2 is all about resource management, so it's even worse than Kaizo Mario, because you can get into a situation where You get past a hard part, and you used all your ammo and everything, and you have to do another hard fight, and you have nothing, and you literally can't beat the next challenge. So if like you saved after that, then you soft locked your entire playthrough. Yeah. It's like you have to start over.
So yeah, Kendo's mod is awesome. I don't think the gameplay is that much different until later on, but I love stuff like that. And I honestly can't wait. I don't care if it's years until that RE1 fan remake in 3D is like a bit more playable.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna play that then. All I'm asking from that mod.
Hey Leon.
Hey Leon. All I'm asking from that mod is an item screen that works and saving. Yeah. Everything else can be just as janky. I do not care, but make it that I can like go through items and stuff.
What was that?
I don't know.
Thankfully, with second run, you actually get an ending. Instead of just cut the black screen. Alright, so if you enter this fight with about, like, I want to say, like, 250 rounds with the Gatling gun, you're good to go.
I just noticed that Claire, when she runs, she, like, kind of shakes her hips like, oh, I'm Jessica Rabbit. A little unnecessary, Claire.
I think that's also just, like, female biology, but I don't know. Alright, so this
Why would I know anything about that?
So this fight is also sort of a gimmick fight in terms of before he shows his actual, like, huge yellow eye, you're basically doing 0 damage. So there's, like, no reason to, like, shoot him, like, a whole bunch. Alright, at this point start unloading. But yeah, before then, like, you do, like, like, if you look at, like, game data, you do, like, 1 damage for everything until the eye is open.
Kind of spooky.
It is pretty spooky. Hey, Claire B. Just like Leon A, I got hit 1 time.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that this version of Birkin is the most... This is so stupid. But the most Lovecraftian thing in Resident Evil. Because when I think of, like, certain Lovecraft stuff, I think of monsters that probably look like that. Like, but instead of, like, trying to eat you, they're just, like, trying to, like, take over your mind and stuff. But I could definitely see some of them, like, looking on that kind of just general vein. No,
Yeah, and Lovecraft has done so many different, like, horror stories. Like, some of them are just, like, mind manipulation, some of them are, like, grotesque monsters, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, just the constantly evolving monster. And, like, Birkin really is, like, one of the best antagonists in the entire series.
But specifically that last one, just because it's like... Hi, I have no beginning and end, essentially, you know?
Yeah. It's like... Nemesis is a better stalker for, like, 90% of the game, but I find his final form to be very lame.
In the original or in the remake?
Both games.
Are you guys like...
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, the moment of you, like, nailing him with the railgun and then doing the you want stars, I want whatever moment is cool, but I guess at the point with Jill, in the original game, like, Nemesis is so BTFO that he's literally just, like, a hunk of meat.
Yeah.
That's just trying to crawl after you.
Yeah, the best one is probably Acid Nemesis. That's the reason I stopped speedrunning the game, because I just couldn't do it enough.
I would imagine you have to do that with knife.
Just
acid.
knife, yeah.
That's me.
What in the hell? Okay.
So, is it over?
It's only just begun.
But if it's not, we'll stop it. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Oh, Leon's charisma.
In like 4 years, my personality is going to be completely different.
Yeah,
and I'm going to go to Europe.
I'm going to become a government lapdog and hate my life.
Hey, you guys can adopt me.
Sherry, I have bad news. You're going into the government.
I always wanted pets, but my mom said they're too
Hey, Claire. I'm gonna work for the president in a couple years, and then I'm gonna turn down the president's daughter. Just want to let you know that. So,
Maeda.
So, I was thinking, you can come over for some, extra credit.
Hey, we did it.
Nah. I'm good, Ashley.
So we're just gonna real quickly do, Force Survivor. Try to redeem myself from how I did it in the classic playthrough I did.
Yep. We're all very mad about it.
Even though, I don't know. Even though this one's, like, more complicated and they throw more stuff at you, I find this version of Hunk way easier than the original game. Because, like, RE2 is, like, such a... Like, obviously, if you watch a speedrun of Force Survivor in Classic, they just dodge everything. But you have to have, like, pixel-perfect movement and, like, positioning to, like, avoid grabs. Like, RE2... Like, the RE... Like, trilogy is all about inventory management. But this one, you can, like, dodge enemies way easier and shoot enemies at your own leisure.
Nighthawk, this is Hunk from Alpha Team.
Man, I thought you were all wiped out. I've been trying
I'm
to...
at point K-12. Need info on my extraction.
Guess there's no keeping down the Grim Reaper, huh?
My extraction point.
So, if Capcom leaks are to be believed, and so far they've been, like, 100% correct, they're, like, making a Hunk game, and, I could see it being cool. I could also see it being pretty lame. So.
Well, if they make it like Umbrella Chronicles or something like that. If they make it, you know the opening cinematic of RE3 where, like, just a bunch of crazy stuff is happening in the city? Or, like, even the opening gameplay of Resident Evil 3 Remake, that'd be pretty cool. You know, if it's just, like, kind of going through all the craziness that's happening, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, even if it was, like, its own original, like, Umbrella, like, special ops missions, it could be cool. But if they, like, give, like, Hunk a personality and, like, a face, and they go into his backstory and stuff, it's just like, no thank you. Hunk is, like, the greatest, like, cameo character, because, like, he really doesn't have a character. Like, his only objective in this game is to get the G-Virus into Umbrella's hands. And ultimately, like, that doesn't, like, super matter. But before RE4 happened, they probably had some ideas. Alright, this is my least favorite room. Because these dogs, there's, like, 5 of them. You really just can't... You just get lucky. I got kind of lucky. Okay. Yeah. I do need flash grenades and I do need hand grenades, but the knife I can drop. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you.
Those dogs move really fast.
Yeah, there's just like 5 of them, so like if you go to kill them, it's just the worst.
Whoa.
Alright, so I use 1 flash grenade, you have 3 of them. As long as, I should've just took the hit. I don't know why I pushed L1. Also, RE2 Remake's movement speed, if you, like, lightly jogging, is even sillier in this mode. Because, like, I don't know. Like, when you're going through the RPG in, like, labs, and it's, like, claustrophobic and you don't know what's going on, it works. But, like, when you're doing, like, an escape through the entire sewers in RPD, and, like, Hunk is just, like, lightly jogging, it just doesn't work. IMO.
He's gotta save his, energy, you know? What the I'm lightly jogging. Ah, yes. That faster speed when you quickly...
I think you literally save like 0.1 seconds every time you do it. It's like very minuscule. But once you start doing it, it's hard to stop doing it.
I guess it's like rolling in Zelda. It's just something that you just...
Yeah, but at least roll you can do it on any surface.
Oh, that's true.
But yeah, in general, the Hunk one... Oh god. Okay, good. I thought I got straight.
Has ZFG beaten any records recently?
He finally finished up Max Child, and like that took him like 6 months, and like
good lord.
As much as that run is technically impressive, I don't care about Max Child %. So
What's Max Child?
You have to get every single item that you can as just Child.
Oh.
So it's a very arbitrary category in the first place, but it's just like, I don't know.
So when does it end? When you become an adult?
Yeah. The last item to get in the entire run is the Master Sword.
Huh. That's no fun. I want hundo %.
Yeah, I think he's going to... I forget. I watched a video like a couple of days ago, but I already forget what category he's going to.
Imagine playing one game for anywhere near that long. I just don't have it in me. Not even Raw Danger. Yeet. Nice.
Gotta love Lickers taking 3 Magnum rounds.
Need that Barry's Colt Python.
Great Baldy blocks your path.
Oh yeah! I forgot his name is Great Baldy. That's right. Oh my god.
Yeah, Mr. X shows up like 3 times in this. Oh, 1 time. Okay, see ya. Get out of my way! Get out of my way! But yeah, the way to get through Hunk's scenario is understanding how zombies work in terms of like getting up. But like when they're doing their initial like get up animation, they will never attack you. So a lot of times you just want to run through a room as fast as possible.
Do you think a Licker's weak spot is the exposed brain?
You'd think so, but it's still, I'm pretty sure it still takes like 3 shots. Mr. X is here again. Definitely just want to use a flash grenade. There's like 5 zombies here and Mr. X. Don't punch me. Okay.
Can he still aggro that or whatever?
Sometimes he will punch like blindly through the air, and if that hits you, it takes a lot of damage.
Oh, okay. Hey, you don't even make sense to be here.
Alright, we're almost done. Alright, so there's going to be a zombie coming through this door. We want to stand, like, right next to it. Oh, no! Go, 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 go! Oh, I got so lucky. You don't want to get stunned by it. Just keep going. If you try to shoot everything, you are going to just get absolutely owned. That dog, I guess they're trying to say, like, the dog is, like, loyal to its master. I really don't know, but you don't have to worry about it.
I thought it was eating it, but it definitely wasn't.
Yeah,
eating the person or
the zombie was getting up. Bunch of zombies right there, but if you throw a grenade, you're usually fine.
Nice. Lickers. It's still crazy to me that Lickers are like the most underused enemy, despite being a really cool design.
Yeah, they like show up in RE5 for like a couple stages.
Oh gosh, I forgot about that.
It's like, that's it.
I'm trying to think if there are any other like random game like Rev or Rev 2 or whatever, but I don't think so. They're like really underused. Like even hunters are used in I guess hunters are kind of underused too.
Alright, so home stretch. There was a G-Adult that was on the top of the staircase on the 3rd floor that we barely saw, but now you can see what they look like just walking. It's really weird.
That is weird.
Alright, so last hand grenade. Go, 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 go. Go, go, no! Okay. We should be good. Turn around. Okay.
See you, bud. What was that?
I tried to shoot its legs, but it didn't work for some reason, even though I clearly...
No, that was weird. It, like, didn't even take any damage. Like, it didn't... It just went through it.
Yeah, it's like, you saw the blood splatter, but it didn't do it. Anyway, we did it. It was a pretty messy run, but we did it. Mr. X is following you, so you gotta hurry. Hunk, you're so cool and epic.
He is super epic. We did it, boys.
Under 9 minutes.
Wonder what the record is, like 6 minutes, 5 minutes?
It's... I don't think they broke 6 minutes, but it's like... Yeah, it's 6 something.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're not going to do any of the Ghost Survivors because I just want to move on with my life. I don't know.
What are they? Could you just explain it real quick?
No Time to Mourn. Kendo's daughter dies, I think, or becomes a full zombie, and then Kendo tries to survive for a bit.
Okay.
And then Runaway, it's a what-if scenario, so this is all, like, all of these are not canon, but what if the girl that Birkin, like, dissects lives, and you try to survive Birkin, or, not Birkin, Irons.
Irons.
And then Forgotten Soldier is kind of like Ethan Must Die mode, where it's like extremely hard, and zombies have like backpacks on them that drop random items, and there's literally slot machines where you can pick like one item to pick. So it sounds cool, but I don't know. It's RE2 remakes mechanics, especially when they throw like 10 zombies in one room and you have like a handgun. It's it's so RNG. Like, just zombies are so punishing. But yeah, that's it. I guess I'll show off one of the tofus. Which one do you want to see?
Flan! 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 Flan!
I think this one's like the girl.
Okay.
They all speak in Japanese, just like the original game.
I do like flan in IRL. It's good.
Yeah, it's been a while. That's a sweet dessert, right?
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like a tofu, I guess is the best way of putting it. It's like
sweet.
very, it's sweet.
Sweet tofu. I think it has like caramel
on the top. Yeah, yeah. It's really good. It's got that really hard to explain texture.
This is Nighthawk. Come in, Alpha. Alpha, do you read?
Cool.
Man, I thought you were all wiped out. I've been trying to...
What? 200 needle cartridges? Why? That's such a weird choice because the spark guns suck so much. It's like having 200 of it is actually not that useful. At least you have the upgraded spark gun. I can barely see around this stupid flan.
Hey, flan is not stupid.
What else does she have? Oh, she has a grenade. This is like the easy one. You have a Gatling gun too. And that's where we're calling it.
Alright, guys. Have a good one. We'll be back with more Resident Evil in the next couple of weeks. Have a good one.